Hey guys, welcome to the first real episode of Let's Have Words. I'm Jonathan Stone. This podcast is produced by Forerunner. If you have any questions about getting involved with this show or having content produced by Forerunner, contact us on Facebook or at info@forerunner.tv. We got a sponsor. That's right. We got a big sponsor. This week's sponsor is Duke Cannon.
Don't know how you did that.
We'll address it later. Duke Cannon is a purveyor of superior quality grooming goods built for the hardworking man. Duke Cannon products are made in the good old US of A, and this company supports and benefits our veterans. Check out DukeCannon.com, enter code BBDL0EEH for my discount. We'll link it in the description too. That's a lot to remember.
Discount code. Great discount code.
Yeah, why is the discount code like the hardest thing I've ever heard?
Well, to be honest with you, you can either make your own or generate one. And like an idiot, I got excited.
So you messed up.
Just generate.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anyways.
I mean, do I have to like select all the pictures of fire hydrants as well?
No, I think it's stoplights. Anyways.
Those are the hardest. All right, sorry.
All right. I want to shout out somebody else too. Taylor and Heidi Kalmus from Dude Dad. If you haven't, please check out their YouTube channel and help support them. That being said, Dude Dad, not a sponsor yet. Hold on. Hey, man. It's Taylor.
Oh.
Yeah, what's up? What? Really? All right, I'm going to let him know. All right, hold on. Later. Scratch that, guys. Dude Dad, officially a sponsor of Let's Have Words.
We have officially signed with Dude Dad.
Yeah, that's right. We're taking our talents to Dude Dad.
It's crazy how organic all that is.
That was very organic.
What do you mean? First off,
What timing?
You also had the hat ready to go.
oh yeah, I'm a big fan of Dude Dad. I'm a dude and a dad.
You are.
And we'll get into that.
Okay.
All right, let's hop into this episode. I know that the first episode, I wanted this person to be special, this episode to be special, not this person, also the person.
Thanks.
And let me say, we all intended to get this rolling a little bit sooner. I know it's been a little bit, but COVID. Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
Yeah.
I think everybody is. So here we are, and my guest today is somebody very special. Seriously, this kid is one of my favorite people on the planet. I absolutely can't wait for you guys to hear his story. I shouldn't even call him a kid. He's bigger, taller, meaner than me. But to me, he's just always going to be a kid. So my younger cousin, Harrison Garden.
Oh, thanks, baby cousin Jonathan.
Hi. Thanks for being here.
I'm so excited to be here. I'm very nervous.
I know. We got to talking before the show, and you were a little antsy.
Yeah.
But we've done this kind of stuff before. I
tend to start a sentence before I even know where the ending's going to be.
Yeah,
So,
you've done that your whole life.
yeah, just be ready.
Well, when I asked you about doing this, you said, I don't even know what I want to talk about. I laughed.
That's very true.
I was like, I mean, it's not going to be that bad. It's just us talking about nonsense, really.
And we're good at that.
Very good.
We haven't done it in a while.
No.
Together.
Because of?
COVID,
yeah. So,
Sponsored by COVID.
the goal here is just to have genuine conversation.
Okay.
And I think that you're perfect for that because we have a good relationship. We've known each other for a long time. There's lots to go over. So let's kind of hop into this. You got some big stuff coming up.
I believe so.
Yeah, well, I hope so.
I think so, yeah.
So you are graduating college.
8 days.
8 days.
8 days.
And
2 assignments left.
Graduating college. Where do you go to college?
I go to Western Kentucky University here in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Yeah, Booba, will you pull that image up of little Harrison?
Oh my goodness.
Look
at that.
him. It's perfect.
I do not look that good in real life. That's all editing.
Oh my god.
It's all editing.
Whatever. So, you're graduating college. Your major in
Architectural science. It's a
break that down for me.
Okay, so
talk to me like I'm an idiot.
Okay, so
I am.
in architecture, you can either do design, like the sciencey side of it, okay,
which
is like documentation, coding,
the ugly stuff behind the scenes.
Yes, drafting. Okay, that you don't see, that they don't get the glory, basically.
See, people think that architecture is literally like putting together the buildings.
That not true.
But that's not.
That's not true. That's
Okay.
engineering. We don't do that.
So like blueprints, those aren't
Okay, the architects do that.
right.
But it gets approved by engineers.
Right. So your side is
So architects. So sorry, I'll get back. It'll be easier if I explain this all.
okay.
Sciencey side, documentation and blueprints.
Okay.
Design side, artsy side is designing buildings, aesthetics of it. Okay.
And you are on
Architectural science, we learn both. Okay.
Okay.
So like a lot of schools are either design based or just sciencey based. We're both.
and you are heading to
I'm heading to the Ohio State University
the Ohio State University
to do landscape architecture,
Jeez.
which is everything other than buildings. So literally, everything I'm learning now, everything I'm learning now is all commercial and residential architecture.
Okay.
But like, I'm not doing that.
Right.
So I'm basically gonna have to learn how to be an architect again.
Like you're going back to the basics.
I would say I have a good basis of what architecture is. Obviously, like having the thinking design wise, you know, and thinking about like codes and thinking about like what is possible. Mm-hmm. But no, I've never taken. I don't know anything about landscaping, like landscape art. I mean, I did FFA in high school. I'll say it. I did the FFA.
Everybody did FFA.
Yeah, and that's where I learned how to be. That's where I learned how to be a horticulture man.
Oh my God.
And
whatever.
I like horticulture. I like plants. Okay, I'm in a horticulture class right now. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, that's where I wanted to. So that's where I'm like, I wanted to combine that.
Yeah.
With architecture.
So, what made you decide this is a career? Because growing up, you were not like this. You were you're a decent little athlete. You're a bit of a performer, little ham.
Wow.
What?
You
were a good
thank you for my athlete. Thank you for that athlete compliment.
You were a decent little athlete. I mean,
I was 5'4".
You were tiny,
until
but
junior high school.
Granddad said that you hit the baseball better than any of us.
And I don't doubt it. Okay, coming from Granddad, that's a lot.
Well, yeah. I mean, you were a good little athlete, and then you were a bit of a performer once you got into high school.
Yes.
You were a bit of a performer before that too. Like you were always kind of silly and hammed it up for people.
Yeah.
I wonder where you got that from.
You want me to say Jonathan? You want me to say you?
It is me,
yeah.
like for sure.
Probably, yeah.
So how did you settle on this? Because that's a big difference.
So I think my like when I was in high school, I think my dream was to be like a performer, like to be like on Broadway. Like that was my.
Oh man, me too. And then I realized
that's not possible.
You make $12,000 a year, and you're living in New York City,
yeah,
center of the universe,
yeah,
and rats can come out of the ground and eat
steal
you.
Student pizzas.
Yeah, they steal your food. You owe your rent to a rat.
To a rat.
Yeah, hey, get out of my apartment.
they're the mafia.
They for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. So, all right.
So anyway, that had nothing to do with what we were.
But that's like where your head was. That's
where my head
passion.
was. Yes, and then a lot of things happened, having to think about real life stuff like being real,
making money,
and yeah. I you can attest to this. Legos, we like to play with Legos. We were creative people.
Yeah.
We were imaginative.
Yeah.
Is that the word, imaginative?
Imaginative?
We'll
I think there's an N in there.
We'll go with that. Yeah.
Well,
I could not spell that in spelling bee.
You won a spelling bee, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
No, Daniel did.
Okay.
But we were encouraged to be creative, to build things, to think differently. Like
yes.
our whole family was.
Yeah, and growing up watching you and Daniel and Alex interact and just being stupid. Sorry.
We were.
You were.
We all were.
You are.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No, I'll take that.
Okay, yeah. But that kind of gave me the want to be creative and God, that word again. Be creative and stuff like that. And
your mom
and mom is super artsy.
Super.
She is the best drawer I know.
Artist is the word.
Artist. She is great. Gosh.
She's a great drawer.
She draws?
She does.
But she's an artist.
She can sketch anything.
Yeah. So
anything.
I knew I wanted to be kind of that route of, seeing something in my head and being able to like, oh, I can get some Legos and put that together, or like I can act that out. That was kind of that's kind of always gave me that just boyish kind of energy to like want to be creative, you know?
And you had, like, we all played Legos, but I remember at one point you were obsessed with like those Bionicles.
Oh yeah.
You had 700, and you would put them together in minutes, and then you'd like break them and set and like build your own.
I would, yeah.
You wouldn't even necessarily follow the maps.
I would
You know
get,
what I mean?
I would get like one of the big Bionicles for Christmas.
Oh,
and once I opened that present, I'm like, do not talk to me. I'm putting this together. And
Yeah.
I'll see you at dinner. I'll see you at Christmas dinner.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I expect you to enjoy that. Like, I'm gonna show it off to you and play with it, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, cool, yeah."
Yeah.
No one ever did that.
You better,
first off,
you better love it.
no
as
one.
much as
Jonathan hated that the most.
No, I don't know that I hated it. I think that you were.
You are so much older than me. So
Yeah, that was a big difference when we were growing up. Is that I had. How old are you?
I'm 22.
22.
Yeah.
Oh
Going
my
on 23.
god. So I'm 10 years older than you.
You're
Well,
old.
I'm 9 years older than you. So that made a big difference when you were getting into that, you were 7 and I'm almost 17.
Yeah. So
see what I'm saying?
yeah. So, yeah. I mean, okay. All that just accumulates into me being creative.
Yeah,
and being,
for sure.
And being wanting just being artsy kind of. Okay.
Yeah.
But until I got to college, I had never drawn anything.
Right.
I mean, I was in art class in my freshman year in high school, and I got a B in art.
Yeah.
It was self-graded, and
Can't
I
do
gave
that.
myself a B.
You can't.
It was self-graded. And I gave
Honesty.
myself a B.
Guys, he's humble too. Oh my God.
But Mom and I were actually looking at my past drawings from freshman year,
Yeah.
and I wish I had a picture of it. But it was, I was trying to. It was like something that inspires you, or like something that you love in your heart, you know. And I was like, okay, Christianity. I was like, I couldn't think of anything, but you know, shout out God, you know, or in Jesus, you know. But
he drew a cross.
I tried to draw Jesus on the cross,
Wait.
and it
no.
ended up being. Did
your mom post this on
Yeah,
Facebook?
no. I had an Instagram story.
I saw it.
It was like the red cross. It was like the red cross sign.
Yeah.
The cross and like
Stick
a
Jesus.
stick Jesus. And that's why I gave myself a B in art.
Do you remember?
That's why I gave myself a B in
You know how
art.
Jesus looks on South Park?
I don't. Okay.
Could you imagine?
Okay. Anyway, so
What
going
I
from
would-
that, going. My mom literally told me, she goes, Harrison, when you brought that home, I didn't know if you were gonna do good. I didn't know if you were gonna do good, buddy. And she didn't tell me this until last month.
6 months ago. Last
Yep.
month?
Yes.
Oh man. So she's been
holding on for dear life.
she's been supportive.
She's been very supportive.
Very supportive.
Yes.
My God.
But
She's just been praying.
yeah. So
God, I hope he doesn't suck. Don't suck. Please don't
Yeah.
suck. God, don't suck.
So, I didn't get. I wanted to do engineering, but then I took calculus in high school, and I was like, nah, screw that. I don't want to do that. So
math.
architecture is very creative, and it's also like there's a lot of culture and history surrounding it, and Mom and I, whenever we would go on trips, I think Mom and I were the only people that would like geek out over like cast iron, like wrought iron fences, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Or like just little like little things on buildings, you know. I would geek about that stuff because it was just so cool to me, and it was like there's like a lot of historical connotation to them, and so just that kind of gave me the want to do architecture, and that's why I would say that's why I'm going into it, just because it is creativity, it is history, it is culture, it is.
Do you have fun doing it?
I have so much fun doing it.
That's good.
It's
you gotta
hard.
like what
it's
you
very
do.
hard. Like
Challenging.
It's challenging. I would say that half the time I'm like, why the hell am I doing this? Because
Hey,
it is-
that's called being an adult.
yeah. And like I remember for a project, I was up 36 hours.
Oh my Lord.
It was big. It was like making a model house.
Yeah.
And it was like sophomore year, so it's like still I was like, oh, I can drop out now if I want, or I can change my major if I want to. You know,
You had time.
I have time.
But you went through it.
I went through it, and I am, you know, very fortunate for it kicking my ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're gonna be better for
because
it.
I'm gonna be better for it, and I know that. But obviously going through it at the time, I was like, "What? Oh, this sucks."
Yeah. Oh,
But
God,
I'm
yeah.
It was hard. It was challenging, but it's fun, and it allows me to be creative. It allows me to kind of express myself in different ways, and like
Because you're not doing that on stage anymore. You're
yeah.
not doing that in music anymore.
Yeah.
You're not doing that,
it is definitely my way of showing creativity. And
That's cool.
And if I didn't, if I was acting, that would be it, But
Yeah.
if I wasn't doing architecture, I don't know what I'd be doing.
Yeah, so speaking of acting, hey, Booba, pull this picture up. We're going to jump into this real quick. This is
Oh man,
this is me, Harrison, and Miss Schmidt.
Vicky Schmidt.
One of my favorite people on the planet.
Yeah.
One of my favorite people. So, do you want to break this picture down, or you want me to?
I kind of want to see your take on
You
it.
want to see me? You want to see my take
I
on
see
it?
your take on
So,
Go full screen with it.
go full screen.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Let's see that full screen. Oh my god.
it. Wow,
Oh my god.
look at me.
Yeah, he's so little.
I am not in 7th grade in this
He's
picture. I am
caked in
a
makeup.
freshman I'm a freshman in high school.
Oh yeah, you didn't weigh 48 pounds with pebbles in your pocket.
Yeah,
That's the Harrison I know right there.
thanks, Watson.
So this picture, Harrison wants me to break it down. So
Yeah.
when I was in high school, I had gone through the drama program with Miss Schmidt, and I got to be here. We're gonna get out of this now. So I got to be JoJo in Seussical the Musical.
Yeah.
So Seussical the Musical is based on Dr. Seuss's books, and JoJo is like not necessarily the narrator, but he's the common denominator between all the other characters, right?
Yeah.
So that was my senior year in high school. Harrison's freshman year in high school.
Okay. You were a senior playing that role. I was a freshman playing that role. There's the difference between me and you.
Yeah, I can sing higher.
Sorry. Keep
But so Harrison's freshman year in high school, he got to play the same role.
Yeah.
And boy, was that cool though. That was really
It was
cool.
cool. It was cool because you would get to come to practices and tell me and not tell me, but show me how to do it.
Or just coach you on it.
Yeah, but I got to put my own little twist on it.
Absolutely. I think you did a great job.
This is my first time ever being like an actor. It wasn't my first time. It wasn't my first time being an actor, but it was my first time being on
stage like that
with people watching me.
And there's one thing about Miss Schmidt and Miss Belcher, which we didn't have a picture of Miss Belcher with us, but Miss Belcher was the music director. There's one thing about Miss Schmidt and Miss Belcher. They put on a damn good show.
Oh yeah.
We sold everything out.
We would have people compare us to they'd be like, oh, obviously these people were being very nice. But
Yeah, these people are from Bowling Green.
yeah, they'd be like, well, I've never seen a show that good ever in my life.
Yeah.
That's
You couldn't even see that on Broadway.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Culture yourself.
yeah.
But no, really, they did a great job. And you all did a fantastic job with that show. And I thought you did great. I thought it was would I change some things about how I did it? Yeah, probably. But I think the only things that I would change would be after having seen you do it.
Wow.
And I mean that sincerely, there's a big difference in me being 18 playing that role and you being 15. Yeah, I think there's a lot of difference there. I went into it.
That's what it was.
I went into it being this is the end of my
you're
tenure.
I'm going out.
I'm going out with a bang. You know, you went into it like this is my coming out party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that was neat to see. That
this
happen.
is my first chance to tell everybody hey, I'm Harrison, I act.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was playing the role to what I thought it was.
Right.
You were kind of playing it. You were playing the role as you thought.
How I wanted it.
How you wanted it to
How
be.
I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that's exactly the difference.
Yeah. I was playing JoJo as JoJo. You were playing. I think you were playing JoJo as Jonathan. Does that make sense at all?
Yeah. I think to me and you it does. The viewers are probably like, hey, are these guys smoking crack?
Yeah. But I think it makes sense.
No, it does make sense. I know exactly what you're trying to say. And I'm sure some people out there probably know what you're trying
Thanks,
to say.
guys.
There's probably
thank you to the 3 people.
Yeah, I was going to say there's 3 people that know what
Vicky
you're talking
Schmidt,
Debbie
Belcher, and Stacey Garden.
Well, you got to maybe my mom.
Yeah,
I don't
Tina.
know. Yeah. Okay. TT. So you're going to Ohio State.
I'm going to Ohio State.
And do you want to stay there? Do you want to stay in Ohio?
No.
You have family in Ohio. Yeah, don't blame you.
I am okay. Okay, so 3 years is a long time.
Wow.
That's how long my graduate.
Imagine how long this past year has been.
Yeah, yeah. 3 years at grad school is gonna be a long time, and
Right.
like, I'm gonna be there by myself. You know,
Yeah.
I like, you know, it's gonna be tough.
All right, but we're 4 hours away.
4.5.
4.5. Oh God.
But the yeah,
if it was 4 hours, it'd be totally different.
You know, landscape architecture is a lot of urban planning and like urban design, and I kind of have to, I have to go, and I really want to go to a big city.
Okay.
So, but also like I kind of want to go to like a hipster little town,
Of course you do.
but like not hipster, but like just like a small town feel in a big city. And I know, okay,
Kind of like a Bowling Green.
yeah,
I mean, Bowling Green's not a big city.
I mean like people like they recognize that place. Like Maisie
okay.
and I went to Asheville last weekend.
Yeah.
We loved it.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I could see myself living there.
My dad wants to vacation there like every other day.
Austin, Texas.
And my dad's like, I don't
Love
want to move
Austin,
there, but I'd
Texas.
go there every day.
Yeah.
What?
So I don't see myself living in Columbus.
Right.
Seabus. I have to for 3 years, but
Yeah.
I'm also not moving to Ohio. I'm moving to Columbus.
Wow.
Sorry to my Ohio listeners out there, but
Nah, I don't blame you.
it's a rough state. No, sorry, I can't say that on air.
Well, I mean, you can.
Okay.
You just did.
Oh wow. I guess we're
Ohio.
no, scrap it all.
It's
We're starting
not-
over. We're starting over.
No, I mean, seriously. So it's a big difference because you've never not lived in Bowling Green
For 22 years of my life.
22 years of your life.
These are my last 3 months in Bowling Green ever.
So, all right, when we were
Like,
talking
you're
about
never coming back.
Okay, I'm gonna come back. My girlfriend's here. I'll see her. My family's here. What am I talking about?
I kind of roll my eyes at that one. Yeah. My girlfriend's here. Oh, okay. Take a back seat to her.
Yeah, family second.
Yeah.
See that?
I've only known you for 22 years. She's known you for 22 minutes.
I love my family. That's not what I mean.
I know you do. I know you do. So you've lived in Bowling Green your whole life,
Mm-hmm.
but you've done some pretty cool stuff.
I've been very
you've been
fortunate. I've been very
everywhere, man.
fortunate to get to experience a lot of things.
Yeah. And I want to harp on that for a minute because it's really neat. And then I want to visit something else in a second. But so when I say you've been a lot of places,
I'm actually wearing the shirt.
Can we kind of zoom in on this shirt for a sec?
Is that
Maybe.
possible? You don't have to.
If we can't, it's not a big deal. But what it is,
There is nobody at that camera. How we? It's literally
I didn't know if you had it like. I mean, look into
It
the
is.
camera. That's what I meant.
Look, there he goes.
Yeah.
It's zoomed. We zoomed it for you.
Whatever.
Thanks.
Listen to the
these are
producers in the
automatic
background
cameras.
just giving me shit for something I don't understand. Anyways, so this is Harrison was in a fraternity at WKU.
I still am.
Well, yes. But your fraternity did Bike for Alzheimer's.
Fuji.
Yes.
Is that your fraternity?
Fuji's an apple. Fiji.
Fuji.
Fiji.
I
So
came in Delta.
Fiji's great water though.
Oh my god, it is.
Fiji's so good. If
I
you're
couldn't
gonna buy
tell-
a bottle of water,
I couldn't tell you the difference between the taste of water. Sorry.
you're telling me
you-
Dasani tastes like Fiji?
Okay, I guess I don't drink
There's
enough water,
something wrong with you.
but
Dude.
Kroger brand water is the best.
So as someone that has tried every brand of water,
Jesus.
Fiji is the answer.
Okay,
All right.
we'll take your word.
No, you need to understand that if you don't know the difference, that's on you.
Are we actually talking about water brands now?
Yeah, man, I'm a little passionate about this because that's
Okay.
crazy.
I'm a big water fan.
Obviously, if
homie.
you don't know the difference, you're not a water fan.
Are you taking Dasani or like hose water?
Hose water,
I
100%.
would take hose water.
Pool, pool water or hose water?
Why
Whoa.
would you drink pool
Okay,
water?
Hose water.
Dasani or pool water?
Pool water. I'd take the pool water that a kid peed in.
No,
Bro.
that's wrong.
I'm not kidding.
That's wrong.
Have you ever had Dasani water?
No.
Especially for somebody that doesn't know the difference, then you wouldn't know the difference.
Okay.
Anyways,
Okay, can we
let's
talk-
get back
yeah,
to this.
yeah.
So Harrison did Bike for Alzheimer's with Fiji.
Yes.
I almost said Fuji too. So he did Bike for Alzheimer's for Fiji. And so they literally biked from one end of the United States to the other. And so
Look at that is me.
check out this picture.
Okay, yeah. So I biked from San Francisco.
Hey Booba, is this picture up? It's Harrison day one
Day one.
of Bike for Alzheimer's.
Yes, it was. Are we on there? Can we
Yeah.
see? I biked from San Francisco all the way to Virginia Beach, Virginia,
Yeah.
and we raised money for Alzheimer's awareness. and
Right.
research and awareness. And that's day one, and we were biking across the Golden Gate Bridge.
God.
First day, we had no idea what we were doing.
First off, I'm not getting on that bridge in a car.
Oh yeah, no. People don't realize it's like 2 miles long.
That long?
No, that's an exaggeration. It felt like 2 miles
I bet on a bike it did.
because it's uphill. Oh, people don't realize bridges are sloped,
Well, yeah.
but like it drastically.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Because like when like in what's the Full House? It's like such a big picture that you just see the bridge. Like it looks flat.
Yeah. Can I tell you a story? Can I tell you a funny story
About this bridge?
about this bridge? About this bridge.
Oh, sure.
Okay, so
Yeah, go ahead.
this is a good.
Is it a feel good story?
I have to say it now, but it's
Oh,
a
God.
cool. It's a bike for all's like meme. It's a bike for all's like
Meme?
memory.
Oh, mem.
It's like a tradition.
Don't do that.
I have to do this.
Don't shorten words.
Oh.
that others don't know.
People know what memes are. Actually, when I think of memes, I think of Mimo.
Yeah.
Okay, so so when you're on bike for alls, you stay in Berkeley. We stay in Berkeley.
Okay.
And you bike through San Francisco anyway, but riders from the past ride will send you letters. We'll give
that's
each
neat.
person a letter. So I got a letter and I read it, and also in the box of your letters is a pint of Captain Morgan,
Why?
because that's Brother Morgan, like Fiji Brother Morgan. And
Oh,
it was
okay.
started. It was a tradition.
Did you ride drunk?
No, we didn't.
Oh,
ride
okay.
drunk. That's bad. Okay, but you get the pint,
Right.
and when you're on the Golden Gate Bridge, everyone takes a swig of
Okay.
Old Brother Morgan,
Just like a shot.
like a shot.
Okay.
And it's kind of like a commencement to biking across the country. It's like
That's
a tradition.
super neat.
Yeah.
That's
so
super
and it
neat.
started with the very first ride, and it's gone. I mean, we were the 7th ride. The 8th ride couldn't go, but 9th ride's going. Wow. And it's like a tradition. Like
That's neat, man.
it's either Captain Morgan or Admiral Nelson.
And you don't even know.
If
If you just told
blur.
that whole
That
story
summer's
and
a
it's
blur.
not even Captain Morgan. Yeah, it was a blur. 'Cause
it
you
was
took-
Admiral Nelson.
You
It
took
was Brother
one
Nelson.
shot.
Brother Nelson.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
Anyway, okay, but yeah, that's bike
That's
for all.
cool, though.
Bike for all. We had we could have a whole nother podcast about just things that happen on bike for all. Some things I can't tell you, but
Then we couldn't do a podcast about
okay.
it.
So I'm saying there's saying like there's another episode we could do of things that we could talk about, and there's another thing we could do is we can't talk about it.
Hey, we can't talk about that
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
But
Bike
like,
for all is a great memory.
so how long was the trip?
It was 10 weeks.
I don't remember it being that long.
It was-
Of course, I was sitting here in my house.
You didn't go.
Chilling.
You didn't even go to our banquet. You didn't even go to our.
I don't
our
think.
Bowling Green event.
When was this?
Bowling Green event was July 3rd.
Was Jennifer pregnant? We were in Florida.
Yeah.
We were in Florida, and that's
Yeah.
where we found out we were having a baby. The day we left. The morning we left.
That's cute.
No, it was not.
Okay.
I mean, I don't mean it like that, but like
I know what you
we're
mean.
going on vacation with a bunch of friends, and then you find out,
Ooh, you bring it.
yeah.
So, what were we talking about?
It
Oh,
took
it
you
took 10 weeks. Yes. So
And
we started 3 days after finals were over.
So let's pull this up real quick again, Booba. This is day one, Harrison.
But this is 2 days after our 50-hour straight car ride
and then
to San Francisco.
and
from
this
Bowling
is
Green.
10 weeks later, right?
10 weeks later. Look at them legs.
Look at that.
Yeah. So
10 weeks later, this kid,
that's Virginia Beach. That's the Atlantic.
your thighs are blinding.
Yeah. So I don't know if the tan lines. It was a morning ritual for me. I would not start biking until I had my bibs lined up perfectly on a straight line from my tan line. Like I remember we would start biking around 9, and I would have
Harrison started at 10:30.
I had people, be like, all right, let's go. They would be a mile down the road.
Yeah.
And I'm still in the church parking lot because we would say churches. I would be still in
Right.
the church parking lot lining up my bibs. trying to. I'm like I cannot go until. And it was also like a comfort thing, if it's too long, my legs aren't moving right, But
Well,
if
10
it's too
weeks
short,
on
I'm
a
cutting off circulation.
bike, you better be comfy.
Yeah, we used a lot of chafe butter.
Stop.
Yeah, that was going to be a question. Like, what do you do for the gooch?
Oh gosh, a lot of chafing.
I've rode a
avocado
bike
oil.
like 3 times in my life, and every time it hurts.
Yes.
Golly.
It wasn't. We would have 80-mile days
Yeah.
casual 80 miles.
So let me ask you this.
That
too.
was a good day. If it was 70 and under,
That's what I was going to get to.
we were like, wow, this is an easy day.
Let's go 100.
No.
So, all right. So let me ask you this. That's what I was going to get to. So if you went through Colorado, right?
We went through all 3 mountain ranges.
Okay. So what's the coldest weather you had to ride in? What would you say?
Okay.
You start in San Francisco.
Okay.
It's probably 70 and breezy.
No.
What?
You will not believe this. We got the worst weather of any bike falls bike ride ever. Okay?
Oh no.
We second day of biking, we were biking through the valley. Okay.
Okay.
Which is beautiful. I took an orange off a orange tree and just ate it while I was biking.
Did you steal it?
I kind of stole it.
Oh my god.
I didn't steal it. I just picked it off a tree. It's a tree.
Was it your tree?
No.
Okay, you stole it.
That's
Okay.
stealing.
Do you know how stealing works?
okay. But once we were biking to this town called Davis, where one of our ambassadors is from, Dennis.
Okay.
Great. We love Dennis. But that had no context.
Yeah.
Anyway, but
I've learned to live with it.
Okay, but that day we biked and it was 50 degrees
And just on the other side of San
and it
Francisco?
was raining.
Oh my god.
We had people dropping like flies, like in the
Like skidding out
no, like hypothermia.
in 50-degree weather.
Okay, not hypothermia, but like
They were getting very cold.
we were because you got to think we're wearing
You can't do this in
skin-tight
jeans.
clothes,
You
you
can't do
know?
this. And it's wet.
it's
Yeah.
wet and you're biking downhill, so the wind is hitting you.
I can see it.
And also it's the valley. It's like the plain, like the valley. So there's not a lot of hills. So it's like the wind is whipping you from both sides.
Oh man.
So that was, and we still
Not
didn't,
for me.
and we still didn't know how to utilize the navigation system. So I biked an extra 3 miles that day, when I didn't have to.
What do you mean navigation system?
Like we had an app that told us how to get someplace, but we didn't know how to read the map.
So you don't ride with people? I thought
No,
it
we
was like a
did.
lead car.
Okay, no. So the trailer would go like 25 miles ahead.
Okay.
We would bike to them and we would stop there. And you would sometimes bike by yourself. You could like bike by yourself. You could like bike with somebody else. Sometimes we would do like we had what?
like formations.
We had 12 guys.
Look at the freaking Blue Angels out
We
there.
had
The purple
we were
angels.
cool. We had 12 guys
Yeah.
biking. So we would sometimes get like, a straight line. And we would draft off each other. We'd be
All right, it's not Mario Kart.
we would be drafting at 21 miles an hour.
Okay, whatever.
That's fast.
Well, I'm sure it's fast.
Yeah. But we would, that was cold. That was a really terrible
Oh,
day.
and
That
so
was-
what's the
that was-
hottest that you were in? 130.
No.
Was it coming through Kentucky?
It was Missouri.
Missouri.
No. It was Illinois. It was Illinois to what day was that? No, it was Paducah to Clarksville, Tennessee.
I remember because you went to Clarksville, and I think my aunt was going to come see you.
Yeah.
And then you went Paducah to Clarksville up to Bowling Green,
Clarksville to Nashville.
Nashville, then up to Bowling Green.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the other thing that you guys don't understand when they do this kind of stuff. It's not a straight beeline.
Well, you can't.
Well, right, but you certainly didn't have to go Paducah to Clarksville to Nashville just to come to Bowling Green.
Well, it's because
You're making pit stops.
we're making pit stops. We're also having events. And stuff
Right.
Like that.
That's.
But,
I guess that's why it also took 10 weeks.
yeah. I mean, it had rest days too.
Oh,
But we
yeah.
would have 10 straight days of biking without a rest day.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, and like we had a day we biked. Oh gosh, Denver is your last hope. Like, when you're on bike crawls, Denver is your last chance
What
to
do you mean?
enjoy the ride.
Oh, because everything else just kind of is blah.
It's not. It's blah in the sense of, oh my gosh, I'm in Kansas.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's nothing.
You're in Kansas you're in Kansas for 6 days. You're in Kansas for 5 days because it would take it could take 8 days, but it's like, let's just do as many miles as we can so we don't have to stay here for any longer. Like Kansas, in those.
You're really dogging some of these states today, dude.
Oh my God.
First he's talking about Ohio, now he's just throwing Kansas under the bus.
Okay. But when you got to Kansas, we would have. There's nowhere to stop either, so you had to like go from town to town. That kind of dictated how many miles you biked.
Yeah.
But the least amount of miles we biked in Kansas was 80. We biked 80 miles in Kansas at least. Minimum 75. But we also had our longest day of 120 miles.
Golly.
And
did y'all get to didn't you go to a ball game or something?
we went to so many ball games.
That's what I thought.
I went to-
Did you see the Royals?
That was the one ballpark we were in town, but they were in town. But we got to go to Omaha for the College World Series.
What?
We drove from our little podunk town in Kansas.
Yeah.
Because it was thunder. That day it was like thunder, like tornadoes, thunderstorms in Kansas. We were like, we cannot bike in this.
And then you did.
No, we didn't. we drove. So we
Would have made
drove-
for a better story.
We drove 2 hours to Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah.
Watched Louisville versus Vandy
Oh wow.
in the College World Series, and then
Yeah.
drove back down.
That's neat.
But the hottest day.
Yeah. You said it was
Paducah to Clarksville. It was just humid, super humid.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I don't think it sounds terrible. I don't think I was able to finish that day because I expelled a lot of
Yeah.
things. I threw up
oh my God.
because
I don't like puking.
I know, but
I know.
I was like getting lightheaded. It was cramps. It was miserable
Yeah.
because you go from Kansas to just humid. Once you get to Missouri, it's just humid.
Yeah. Oh,
Humidity
imagine that.
and-
Imagine going to like Louisiana.
Oh gosh.
So, all right. So when you finished in Virginia Beach, right?
Yeah.
You put that tire in the sand.
Yes.
What did you do first? Did you just fall in the water?
No, okay, so the first thing you do, that's not the first thing you do.
Okay.
When you're biking to Virginia Beach and you get on this little trail that's between this condo and the beach and your bike on it and you see the water and you're like, I just want to get in there right now.
Right.
But you have to go to a certain spot before you can
Okay.
finish, you know what I mean? And as soon as we see you see all of our families there and you see us and we literally threw our bikes, we just got off our bikes,
Yeah.
threw our helmets, threw our shoes, on the beach. There was people all on it's Virginia Beach. There's a ton of people here.
Right.
They have we're like a bat out of hell. Is that right? Is that the right phrase?
I guess.
Yeah,
Like
that.
you're just
We're
beelining.
sprinting to the beach.
Yeah.
And we jump, we get in the water, we are dogpiling, in the water.
Like
and
that scene with Rocky and
it is
Apollo
the
Creed.
It's the most. It's probably one of the happiest moments of my life.
Right.
That is number two. That is number two to get doing Ohio State.
That's number one?
Ohio State thing is number one. Yeah.
Because you've wanted that for so long.
Yeah, but it's the coolest experience. It's the coolest moment.
Were your parents there?
Yeah,
I know your mom drove up.
dad and mom.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
And so, do you hug them first or do you get in the water first?
I did not see. I was blacked out basically.
Yeah.
When I saw the water, I was like, okay, I don't care about anything except getting off this bike right now. So I didn't know. I knew they were there, but I didn't
know where they
I didn't
were.
know where they were. I didn't know where they were. I didn't know if they were there. I knew
Yeah.
they were there, but you know what I mean. I threw I was in the back too.
Yeah.
So I was the last person to get off the bike and go to the water. So I got to watch everybody else.
Oh, man.
And
Super cool.
And I get in the water, all of our families walking down there, and I get to see them and hug them. And
That's awesome. Is that the longest you had been away from your mom and dad?
yeah,
10 weeks
As
had
long
to
as
be.
I've ever been away from Bowling Green,
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
10 weeks.
That's forever. To a kid that's never left, that's forever.
It was weird because we had it's our fraternity brothers, my fraternity brothers.
Right.
So we had guys that are not from Bowling Green on the trip, and they're like, oh, we're not. Who cares? We are live away from home during
Yeah.
college, but there were, 4 or 5 guys from Bowling Green.
Yeah.
And we had never been away from Bowling Green because we would go to college, there. So it's
crazy.
this is weird,
Mm-hmm.
And it was, I don't know what a better moment. I think biking through Bowling Green was
Cool.
It was very cool because we got to bike under the bridge, the Western Railroad.
Oh, yeah.
By Taco Bell, not a sponsor. But we biked under there, President Caboni was there. We got a police escort from the Warren County line,
I remember that.
and we biked all the way in.
See, I was following the story when we were in Florida. Of course, we didn't have very much service, but I would get pictures and stuff. And like your mom sent everybody pictures and videos. Did my parents go?
No, I don't think
Did
so.
Daniel and Carly came and saw
They
you?
went to. I saw them in Nashville.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, Daniel is my brother, Carly's girlfriend.
Yeah.
And so when Harrison went through Nashville, he got to see other people. So I guess it's cool because along the way, you actually got to see
I actually
people.
saw Mom in Paducah. She came to Paducah.
Okay. Did you see Adam in Colorado?
No.
Oh, okay.
We didn't have an event in Colorado.
Oh, you didn't have anything?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That would have been neat too.
Yeah.
Because everybody else would have been like, who are these people?
Yeah. But no, I mean, like growing up in Bowling Green, and the fact that I got to bike past my high school, like
Yeah.
knowing just the connotation of like being home, like
And you're that close to like me, mom, and granddad's.
yeah,
You're driving by places that we had frequented.
and
our
like
whole
getting to tell
lives.
and getting to tell the other guys like, yo, this is where I grew up, like this is where I went to high school. This is we passed at Cheney's. Is like we went to Cheney's. I went to Cheney's every day after high school.
Dude,
Like, and
this kid ate sweets and candy and ice cream and cookies. There's one thing.
But I bike cross country, so
Yeah.
anybody can do it.
Not anybody can do that. You think so? Anybody?
I know a lot of people that could.
I couldn't.
Yes, you could.
No.
Yes, you could.
Oh man, I ain't got time for that.
Anybody in this room could do it.
No.
You could bike cross country.
Literally everybody behind this camera is like,
But no, it was the best. I would never do it again. Because
It's the best.
I could never do it again because it's very physically demanding.
It's also probably one of those things that was so
You don't
good
want
and-
to do it twice.
well, it's so good and worthwhile. It's like I don't want to take away from that memory, that mem.
Oh yeah, man.
So like when you think,
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
There's no point. There's no point in wanting. There's no reason to do it again.
Right.
In the sense of like obviously raising money for Alzheimer's like that. Yes.
but you can raise money and not bike across the United
Yeah.
States.
It's just like the things that I would only want to do it again if it was with every single one of the guys that was on it with me. You know what I mean?
like a comeback,
reunion,
a reunion
yeah.
story. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just that's never gonna happen, obviously, and
Yeah.
that's okay. But like, it's kind of and it's cool because once you do bike for all, it's kind of like a fraternity all on its own.
Yeah, I would say there's definitely like relationships there that other people just don't get.
Yeah, they don't get it. Like there's guys that like you get to share these moments with people, and if you've never done it, you don't understand. Like you don't understand sleeping. You don't understand. Oh man, you don't understand getting biking up a mountain biking 2 miles up a mountain,
Ugh.
taking 2 hours to do that.
No, I don't. I don't
Like
understand.
it took 2 hours to bike 2 miles.
God,
Okay, up a mountain, and
I get mad if I'm in traffic.
But getting to the top, and literally like, I was bawling,
yeah,
like, because that was the first peak that we had, like first peak, I would say, and seeing my best friend TK, or one of my best friends TK and Jacob Howard, they were standing at the top. They were like, you're so close, just bike to that car,
Yeah.
and
just get here.
yeah, and like I was
Just get
crying.
here.
I was literally on the bike crying, and
Yeah.
I could not feel it in my legs. I was breathe. When you're up that high, you can't breathe.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's amazing.
That's super cool, man.
And then you have to keep on biking because you're not done that day.
Then you got to go down the mountain, and it takes 12 minutes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, the highest point we were at was like 10,297 feet, Carson Pass.
He said the highest point was like, and then he gives a specific number like that.
Carson's Pass, 10,297 feet. 10,297 feet. Yeah.
Good Lord.
And the first peak I was talking about, where I was crying, was like 9,000.
Yeah.
But we had to go down a little bit,
Yeah.
and then you go back up that next day, and that was amazing because you're in the Rockies. You're looking, it's mountain.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mountain road where you're biking. You're on the shoulder, and then just cliff, and then the
Death.
Colorado River.
There's death.
Yeah. And so, oh man, that's a good. I'll tell you that story.
No.
No.
Don't scare me.
It's not a bad story.
Okay.
It's a cool story. Like, whoa, you guys did that. Anyway, but we got to the Carson Pass. That was awesome. Okay, going down, This is where it got crazy.
2 minutes.
Took 10 minutes to get that to lose like 3,000 feet of elevation
So it took you 2 hours to get
to 10,000.
and
That day.
and it took how many minutes?
15 minutes. Sorry, 15 minutes to get down 3,000 feet
to 7,000.
Yes.
Oh my god.
We were picking speeds like 45. We were like going 45 down this mountain.
With no guardrails.
No guardrails. But the fun part was we played tag along the road.
Does this sound safe to you, Booba? Negative. That's what I thought.
So we played tag. We played bike tag, and it was like we would like we'd bike in a pack, and we would take up an entire lane.
Well, yeah.
And it doesn't sound safe. It's not safe at all. We know that.
Yeah.
But like it just
You gotta do something to pass the
just
time.
like kind of those moments of getting to experience those things and being like, I'm never gonna get to do this ever again in my life.
No, I would
And like
say-
I'm gonna take this opportunity to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
And
Do you have fun? Like
with bike falls or just like in general.
in Bike for Alls, did you have fun?
Yeah, again, it's kind of like architecture.
Never gonna do it again.
Never gonna do it again. It's hard, and it was hard, and it was hard, and I don't want to do it again. But I will never forget.
You're glad that you did it.
I met so many people. I met a guy. We met a guy, and we stayed in Lake Tahoe. Lake Tahoe is
Okay.
one of it's the prettiest place I've ever been in my life. We stayed with a family, Chuck and Sukeshi O'Neill. They're very wealthy.
Related to Shaq?
I wish. But they he owns a sustainable living firm,
Okay.
construction management firm, and then she owns the company that produces all the animatronic dinosaur robots for Jurassic World, like Disney World. Those, yeah. She's
All right. Dinosaurs are my thing.
I know. So
love
we got to stay with them for 3 days.
Yeah.
In Lake Tahoe,
Yeah.
and like, he architecture. He's construction management.
That's
He
super
offered
cool.
me a job, like
Okay.
on the spot.
Well, that's what I was gonna get into after that. Like, are you're not necessarily set on staying in Ohio after you graduate.
No.
Do you know where you want to go? What what would be your goal?
Okay, my goal.
Because I don't think that if you do that, like I'd love to. Obviously,
I'm not coming back to Bowling Green.
you can't.
I can't.
Not with what you want to do
I could see myself like raise a family here
down the road.
down the road.
But like here, let's put it in perspective. You just walked the line at Ohio State. You've got that diploma. Of course, they mail it to you. But you've got that diploma. You're graduated Ohio State. You've got everything that you need to do.
Wow.
Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? And when are you going to meet baby Charlotte?
Golly,
Sometime
I haven't met
in
my baby. I haven't met my baby yet. I haven't met my baby cousin yet.
So like,
Okay.
seriously, where do you
So
wanna go?
I'm seriously thinking about. I was in Texas the other week for Clayton and Groom,
That's right.
and I love talking to people.
You met? Who'd you
I-
meet?
I met this lady.
No. Who did you meet?
I met Gwen Stefani.
Yeah, he sold Gwen Stefani a purse.
Yeah.
We're gonna tag Gwen in this and see if she recognizes it.
Yeah. I met a lady that is one of the lead architects for a firm in Los Angeles, and
Super cool.
super cool. Actually, not Los. It's maybe Santa Monica, same place, isn't it?
It's superb.
But they're a residential firm, but
Okay.
they only have one guy doing landscape architecture right now, but he's not even a landscape architect.
And he needs help.
And she said, when you get out, give me an email, and we're gonna start hiring landscape architects. So I could really see myself in like Santa Monica.
That's cool, man.
But obviously, like it sounds.
And obviously you tan well. We saw the
Thank you.
picture of them legs.
Yeah. But you know, I mean, my goal is to that. But like, I don't think my goals have changed. I'm a goal-oriented person. Okay.
Okay.
And like, Ohio State was my goal for like 10 years, like
Yeah.
the biggest goal of my life. And like now that I have that, I'm kind of like, I gotta find out another goal. And I think that the other goal, it sounds cheesy, but like I'm at the point in my life where I just want to be like a good person.
Yeah, so you get
Like
that's growing up. You're gonna get to a point like for mine was act.
Yeah.
Take every role, do everything you can do it, blah 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 blah, and then you get it. You know, you get that moment, and it's your moment in the sun. And everybody's so happy for you, and you're happy for yourself. And then the minute it's over, it's like, wait a second, what do I do now?
Yeah.
And everything changes, and your mentality changes, and that's when you start growing up, because you think, now you're thinking down the road. When do I want a family? When do I want to get married? When do I want to do this? When do I want to do that?
Yeah.
And so that's what it was for me. That's what I think it is for a lot of people. And so that's cool to hear you say that, because, I mean, to me, you're a 7-year-old kid. But for you to say, yeah, you know, I got what I want, and I just really want to be a good person, do good things.
Yeah.
You know, that's neat.
You know, it's, you said, like, I just want to be like a good dad someday.
You will be.
You know, like, like, I know that's a whiles away, but like, it's just like it's just the different things, you know, like goals to look forward to, and you know, I have architectural goals, like, or like dreams, you know, but I'm focused on those, but like, the thing, like, being a good person is going to dictate how I live rather than my architectural goals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Your career takes a back seat.
Yeah, like,
in a lot of ways.
My relationships with people, like family, girlfriend, like, those things are like the things I'm thinking about now, like how I'm gonna, like, those things are the things that are gonna be dictating.
Big word is balance, I think.
Yeah, and in a good way. Like, I'm happy with that. I never would have, you know, when I was still trying to, you know, Ohio State was the big goal. I mean, it's still a goal. I still got to graduate. You know?
Right.
But like, I was always like, okay, school, you know, like, but now I'm really trying to invest into my relationships with people.
Yeah.
And
investing
myself into, but like, you know, finding that balance and.
Yeah,
and
it gets easier as you get older. I think a lot of people say, "Oh, it's so hard when you get older." It's easier though, because you get a backbone and you start making decisions for yourself.
Yeah.
And if you do something that you don't want to do, man, that's on you.
I know.
You did it.
I know.
You know. So if you do something that you want to do and you're happy with it, then great, grand, wonderful. Who cares?
Yeah.
You know. But I think you've got the right mentality of where you want to end up and what you want to be doing, because that's you're young for that decision, but it's cool that you're already there because you've accomplished this goal that you've had for so long, and you accomplished it young.
Yeah,
22 years old.
Yeah, and you know, I definitely have things I want to work on. You know, there's still things I want to work on, and still things I want to get better at. Like, you know, I don't know. I have pretty bad anxiety, you know, and stuff like that. And I think about, and you know, I'm not very decisive person, which is terrible. But like now that I'm older, I mean, I'm doing those things. I'm working on those things. I went to therapy.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
You see my dad?
No. But like
I don't blame
those
you.
kind of things, like mental health, kind of like being just like working on myself, and like how I'm gonna like utilize those things into like how can I utilize those things into loving people, you know, like that's kind of the thing I'm looking forward to the most growing up.
Yeah.
You know, like
what made you want to do therapy?
Well, I'm in a therapy class. I'm in a helping skills class.
Okay.
Which is
that just kind of opened your mind to
it's
it.
kind of like counseling class, like how to learn how to be a counselor.
Cool.
But Jamie actually recommended it to me.
Really?
But
Jamie's our
my sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Alex's
his older brother, one of my other cousins, Alex, his wife.
Yeah. And you know, I love that class, and that was actually one of our assignments, was like have 6 hours of like therapy or like meditation or like stuff like that. And
you enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. Like I you know, talked about, you know, I manifest anxiety like no other. Like which is terrible.
Yeah.
But you know, which I feel bad about sometimes, you know, like for other people, like I feel like I'm a burden sometimes.
No, I don't think so.
But like that's what I'm saying, like I feel that way.
It doesn't matter what other people think. What do you think?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's like my girlfriend will tell me all the time, like, hey, you're not, like, I want you to tell me all about your struggles, you know, like I want you, and she's, you know, love her, you know, like, and I really appreciate that, you know.
Yeah.
And like she was the person that kind of, you know, I've always thought about those things, like go to therapy, but she was always the person that kind of like, was like,
why don't you just do this?
Why don't you just do it? You know, like try it out. It's okay to like, to better yourself.
Yeah.
And
try
like,
growing up with a dad as a therapist.
Yeah. And so
every
like,
conversation
and so like,
therapy.
you know, Jamie, and then like that class, and then like Maisie, like
stars aligned,
and I'm very appreciative of all those things happening to like be able to do that.
You feel better?
Yeah, I'm still there's a lot of things I'm still trying to work on.
Yeah.
You know.
You gonna air one out? Something you want to work on?
Oh man.
Like what's one thing? You don't have to get super deep or anything.
Okay. Yeah. Something I want to work on is. I would say just like, oh man, you put me on the spot.
Yeah, but that's kind of cool too, because now you got to think, what do I want to work on?
Yeah.
What's going to make me feel better?
I think it's literally like just being able to be okay with who I am.
Yeah. You should be. You're a good kid. You're a good kid. You're a good guy. You have always been.
It's just but like I've always felt like I've never been like, especially growing older and kind of I'm not going to say like growing in your all shadow, you know?
Right.
But like being the youngest and like never really feeling
Yeah.
like I could blaze my own trail because you guys have already done that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to do that, and I've just felt like I've never been able to.
Everybody compares you to somebody else.
Yes.
Yeah.
And-
And it's hard because
And then-
we
and-
were joking about this when we started. Harrison has two siblings. He's got Alex, the oldest, and he's the baby. And then right there in the middle is
Rachel.
Miss Perfect.
Rachel
Garden.
Yeah.
And she is, I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. Rachel's the most perfect human being ever.
Yeah, she's
and
awesome.
I'm not being funny. Like,
Yeah.
I love Rachel. She is like a 100 out of
Yes.
100.
Yeah.
Perfect. I
Yeah.
love that kid.
And it's just so
And you grow up in her shadow.
yeah, but she's very supportive. Like but
Yes.
it's not like bad. It's not. Like, I'm not like shitting on her. you
But
know what I
it's
mean?
hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
And so like
I think
and so
Daniel
like I've never like I never had like okay like until I started being around, you know, it's still amazing. I started dating and like I was very, you know, May's the first person I was like that was like, hey, you know, it's okay to do something for yourself. Like
Yes.
that's why she was like therapy. You know, like
Yes.
it's okay to like want to enjoy things that you enjoy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I never really allowed myself to do those things,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of what I'm most excited to do.
So
is
when,
like
when
kinda
you're
just-
working on something, yours is make a decision for Harrison.
that's the goal.
Yes, absolutely. And I think it's a great goal, and it's a good thing to want for yourself.
Yeah. And this sounds so cheesy and so not important, but like when I'm designing a building, it's literally anything. It's just what I want.
Do you think that's why you maybe kind of gravitated towards that?
Maybe. I think, yeah.
Like it had the creativity.
It's me, and I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
And like you'll notice like in a lot of my designs, like it's very organic and it's very different. It's very like it's kind of impossible. Like so much of I do, like it's
Yeah.
not possible to do it because it's just like.
But it's fun.
It's fun, and like my professors appreciate that, and that's why you know I put myself out there.
Yeah.
You know, I allowed myself to be who I am, and allowed myself to design, and allowed myself to be creative in the way I want it to be.
Yeah.
And,
That's neat.
And I've just I've had a lot of people to I've had a lot of people to thank for that.
Yeah.
To give me that ability, but like it was I had to decide that for myself.
Yeah, you should
know?
thank yourself too, because you're the one that took all the choices or made all the choices
Yeah.
and took the chances to do
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. And there's plenty of people that everybody can thank for what they've got going on in their life. But like for you, it's like I had a whole lot of that going on, and I still decided that this is what Harrison
Yeah.
wants to do.
Yeah.
So there was your first step.
Yeah.
You know, you even said earlier, your mom was like, I don't know if he's going to make it. But here you are.
Yeah.
Because you put in the effort and you put in the work.
Yeah.
You know, nobody else was helping you. I mean,
I know.
professors
Yeah,
and stuff,
yeah.
but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's neat.
I don't know. I could literally go on and on about
Yeah.
you know it sounds terrible. I could go on and on about the struggles that I have that a lot of people don't know about. Like I don't think
I mean, I think I know some of them.
yeah,
And
I
we're
don't
not going to get into all that.
Yeah,
But
but like I don't think like the only people that really know like I wouldn't even like mom doesn't know, and I
Yeah.
talked to mom, but like I'd say Maisie's the only person that really knows the most about me. She knows me she knows me better than I know myself, which is
that's scary.
scary but also
Yeah,
cool. You know what I mean?
terrifying.
It's cool, scary and terrifying.
Yeah.
But cool. But like it's kind of like you know. But yeah, I could go on and on about.
Yeah.
There are things that you guys don't know about. And
Yeah,
like, and
for
I've,
sure.
and I've just now discovered those things. And like, wow, that is something that has bothered me. You
For
know,
a long time.
And I've never. That's another thing. I've had problems that like I'm just like not. I'm like I never called them challenges or like I never allowed myself to be upset about something just because I didn't want to hurt somebody else's feelings, you know what I mean? Or like I never I never really had an opinion on things because I didn't want it to be
a problem. Yeah.
But now that I'm older and now that I've accepted that it's okay,
screw your feelings. I got a problem with
it's
this.
like you know what? Like it's okay to have feelings about some things. And
Hell
it's okay,
yes,
it's
it
okay
is.
to I don't have to give my A+ effort to every single person on this planet. I can
Let me tell you something real quick. Unless people are giving A+ effort to you, man, no.
Yeah.
And there's some people that you got to give A+ effort to get it back.
Yeah.
But man, when they're giving you that F,
Yeah, you don't
buddy.
you don't deserve an A.
yeah, oh, you're getting Z.
Yeah.
So all right, let's kind of wrap this up.
I was gonna say, we just had a therapy session right there.
Yeah, I know. How was that?
That was great. I haven't gotten to talk to you forever.
I know. All right. So I was going to bring that up
Johnny.
too. Like, you haven't even met my kid, which is not a bad thing. It was COVID and all that. But so we need. She and I are coming to your graduation party.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I don't think Jennifer can make it. She's got to work. But Charlotte and I are going to be there.
Oh my god.
So you'll
You
get to
guys
hold
do
her.
not know how much I'm so excited. Like,
Yeah, he hasn't met Charlotte. So all right, we're going to wrap this up with some fun stuff real quick.
okay, sweet.
All right, you ready? I just
Sorry guys for that. Sorry guys for that tangent of just.
No, it was good. Don't apologize for. Hey, we just said we were going to work on this. You're not going to apologize for that kind of
That's
stuff.
another. Yep.
We
Wow.
made this entire production just so you could have this conversation with Jonathan. So there you go.
Okay, I feel very. I could be a guest every single week. If you guys ever want to guest, like just bring me on. We can talk about one of my struggles.
Don't take this too far.
Okay, never mind. Okay.
Thank you, Swanson. I didn't want to be the one to say it.
Oh, yeah. It's now our podcast.
What do you mean?
It's me and you now, not just you.
What? No.
We'll have guests. Like it'll be me regularly, and then we'll have another guest.
This kid, he just takes over.
I need a platform to act. That's what I need.
There's an invoice due, so if you're paying half of it, then yeah.
Yeah. You can.
I am recanting my. I am.
Who says
taking that.
recanting?
I do because it's cool.
All right. No,
I'm not apologizing for that.
I don't. All
All
right,
right,
there you
sorry,
go. All
sorry.
right, so these are some fun things. I just want to hear. I'm going to even put this down because I just want this to be. Kind of fun.
Okay.
Okay. So, favorite trip that we took as a family.
Oh gosh, we took so many.
What was your favorite?
Okay, I'm indecisive.
And make a decision.
Okay, my favorite trip was when we went to Canada.
I wasn't even on that trip.
I know.
What the?
I'm sorry, but okay,
Are you kidding me?
guys, we
That's
went.
why it was his favorite.
Yeah, we went to Hershey World,
Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Hershey, Pennsylvania, and we saw all the chocolate. I was obsessed with
Did you think
chocolate.
you were at Willy Wonka's?
I thought I was at Willy Wonka. and we went to Canada
Yeah.
after not having passports, and
Oh,
my
Jesus.
mom, Stacey Garden, and Aunt Tina, your mom, literally walked across the border.
So-
Across.
We're not getting political here, Harrison. Careful.
Yeah, I know, but listen. They walked from Buffalo, Niagara, New York, to the border of Canada and said, "Can we come in with our family?" And they're like, "What?"
Canada said, yeah,
Yeah.
come on in.
Yeah. So we walked. Oh my gosh, me and Rachel were scared half to death.
You know who was more scared?
Alex Garden.
Alex Garden.
Alex Garden.
Alex Garden. That story, I could pee my pants with that story.
And that was okay. That was fun.
I need to let my granddad tell that story
Yeah.
on this. So that was your favorite? All right, now, what was your second favorite? I want one that I was in.
St. Louis was fun.
St. Louis was fun. Why?
I just have vivid memories from the zoo.
Do you remember getting lost in St. Louis?
Oh my gosh.
'Cause
Aunt Tina's like, "Get down."
Your mom,
kids, get down.
there's one thing about Harrison's mother, and I love Aunt Stacy, but she doesn't take direction very well when she's driving.
Like, actual direction, like driving directions.
Oh, yeah. And I'm like, turn right. Got to get back to the hotel. Turn right. She turns left. We end up in the ghetto.
Yeah, East St. Louis.
East St. Nellie was just down the street.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, all right, kids, get down.
Oh, yeah.
Like, for real.
This is after the
After we saw Phantom. Yeah, we saw Phantom. And do you remember me getting sick at the baseball game?
Yeah, you ruined the trip. Sorry, that was a joke.
Wow.
That was a joke. I had to say.
Harrison was like, hey, am I allowed to make fun of you? And I'm like, well, keep it kosher. Then he just throws in some family drama. Now, I have a problem with eating, and I ate 2 bowls of nachos by
Yeah.
the second inning
Yeah.
with like pickled jalapeno.
You
everything.
didn't understand the importance of that game too. We saw Albert Pujols as a Cardinal in the first year of Busch Stadium.
Bush.
I love baseball. If anybody has,
Yeah.
will tell.
All right, so that was your favorite trip?
Favorite trip, yeah.
All right, so mine was Sandusky, and let me tell you why.
God.
My favorite trip was Sandusky because you were still very little, and Rachel was very little, And when we went to this little theme park and we were playing putt-putt.
Little theme park. Oh, I thought you were talking about Cedar Point. Sorry.
No, well, we did do Cedar Point. I don't ride roller coasters, so I was miserable. But we went to this little park, and we got to play putt-putt.
This is hilarious.
And Rachel could not make a putt to save her life.
She was 10. No. She was 13.
13? I don't know.
Doesn't
She
matter.
was old enough to play putt-putt.
Yeah.
And she just could not hit. She could not make it. Rachel doesn't get mad.
Ra-
What did we say earlier about Rachel? She is like perfect.
But she's the most competitive
She's
person.
so competitive.
She's the most competitive person that I
She
know.
teed that ball
Yeah.
off of a piece of brick straight into the highway. I thought she was going to hit a car.
Oh, man.
So then.
What did we call her? We called her Beast Mode. We called her
Beast mode. We called her Beast Mode.
Which
for
made
sure.
her more angry.
Oh, she didn't like that. So then we get on. You guys do the little kiddie go-karts. And Harrison's go-kart.
I don't know how to break.
Harrison's go-kart did not break. It either didn't break or he didn't know how to hit the brake.
Or I didn't want to.
And when you come in, you got to file in line when you're done. He ran over her go-kart. And he's just perched up on there, and she's screaming bloody murder. And I'm telling you, all of us were laughing. And we felt
Rachel
so
was
bad.
not.
Rachel was not laughing. It was not funny for Rachel, but it was funny for me.
Great memory.
All right,
Great
so now it's the little last things, just to get a little sentimental. Favorite memory at me mom and granddad's?
Man.
Wiffle ball.
Wiffle ball.
It's got to be. Do you remember me mom's last wiffle ball game?
No.
It was Mother's Day. The year before she passed away.
That's
And it was Mother's Day, and we all went outside and played like a huge wiffle ball game.
Did we know it was her? Did we think it was her last Mother's Day?
I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but like
Yeah.
at some point, every Mother's Day could be you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And oh man, I'm gonna start tearing up.
It was special.
I don't talk about
it. Was
me mom.
special. Everybody was there.
I just don't talk about
It was
me
the
mom very
first time.
often.
Yeah. It was the first time we've had everyone there
in a while.
Yep.
And so we were playing wiffle ball, and she's sitting outside and like cheering for everybody. And of course, it was me, you, and Rachel versus like Alex and Daniel.
But now we were good. Now I could destroy any person in football.
yeah,
I was
Rachel
grown.
Rachel
I was
was
14.
competitive. So would that be your favorite? Like just playing wiffle ball?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I was like the Christmases and Thanksgivings and stuff like that.
Can I say something sentimental?
Yeah.
It's a vivid memory.
Okay.
It was the day my mom died. Mm-hmm. And everyone came over to me and my granddad's house.
Yeah.
And we ate KFC.
I went and bought KFC for everybody.
We sat around the dinner table.
Yeah.
And we had a bucket of KFC.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, man.
we didn't feel like it was weird. It was not. It was weird.
It was definitely hard.
It was hard because I lived there. I lived at the house.
Me, you, Rachel ever lived there?
Yes.
Me, you, Rachel, Alex, your mom.
Yeah, which is still there.
Did my mom ever? I don't think my mom ever lived there. She moved to
But
Clarksville.
it's just like
A lot of us have even lived with me, mom, granddad.
yeah, and I was living there at the time. I was there when she passed.
You were asleep. No, you were in school.
No, I was asleep.
Were you?
Mom woke me up.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have to get into that. But
Yeah.
just that moment, having a family dinner and like,
Yeah.
but not. She was not there, but she felt like she was there.
I think
Yeah.
it was a moment where we all just nothing else mattered.
Yeah.
You drop everything else you're doing, and we're all just there for each other. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was really good. Obviously, we were there for something terrible,
Yeah.
but the fact was,
Granddad
we were
wasn't
all there.
Granddad wasn't. He was sad.
Yeah,
But like in that moment, I think that's what he needed.
I think it's what everybody needed.
Yeah,
don't
sure.
you? I mean, don't.
Oh
don't you
yeah,
think?
but like it was yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good one. And then the KFC sticks out in your mind. I remember that.
I don't know why.
I think you and Rachel went and bought KFC for everybody.
Yep.
Like, oh, man, yep. And so, all right, let's see. Last question. You ready?
So we went from a last to a last.
No, that was like last
okay,
sentimental.
okay.
Like,
Okay.
so, all right.
Oh wait, I'll have a last question.
Okay.
I want to ask it.
Okay.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
And why?
Man, that's. In all honesty, right here, right now, why am I happy? Because we're having this.
Yeah.
I've missed you. I think that we're talking about some stuff that really just makes me want to tell you you're a good kid. I'm like how I kind of wanted to close this show, and I guess that's what we're going to do now. I'm very proud of you.
Thanks.
I'm very, very proud of you.
Thank you.
You've grown up. I'm gonna start crying, man, because my little buddy's gonna move away. But I'm very proud of you, and I think you have done some pretty cool stuff, and I think that that's not even the coolest stuff that you're gonna do.
Wow.
I think that you're going to be, whatever it is that you want to do, you're going to do well in. And I don't want you to have that anxiety. I don't want you to worry about that kind of stuff anymore that you're worrying about. I want you to go out and do it, and I want you to do it with full heart, and I want you to do it knowing that so many people support you and love you and just want the best for you. That's what I want for you. And that's why I'm happy, is because we're both here, and I can tell you that. And that's why I'm happy.
And I really appreciate that.
Yeah. I love you, buddy.
I love you too. This
You're
is
the best.
great.
I'm glad you did this.
I'm so happy I did too.
Yeah,
I was very nervous.
You thought you were nervous.
Yep.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say to the guys?
I love you guys. I've never, first time I met Booba, but you know.
Seeing you double in size in a couple of years makes me feel old as
Yeah, Swanee used to kick my ass in golf.
He probably still could.
But now I am.
We've gotten old.
I got 2 kids. I get to play like.
I'm
twice a
stronger now. I'm
Yeah.
taller now. I
Taller
still
now?
use the same clubs,
So he's Hunchback Notre Dame over there playing.
but
That's funny.
But you know, so
Yep. No, I'm super happy you did this. I'm happy that you were the very first one.
thank you.
Yep.
I feel like we could have talked about so many other things. But
Yeah, there's no saying that. There's no telling if you want to come back on. I think we'd welcome you
I
back.
think they want me to be back.
Oh, is that what you think?
Yeah. Okay.
That's awesome. Well, guys, that is going to conclude the very first episode, the very first real episode of Let's Have Words. Harrison, shout out. Tell people where they can find you if they're interested.
Wow. I have an Instagram.
Is that it?
I have an Instagram that, okay, this is fun. This is something I do. I make a vlog every day.
Yeah.
But like, it's just like how I'm feeling. And like, I love birthdays. Growing up,
He blew out everybody else's candles.
No, not true. Growing up, I never had birthday parties because no one would show up to my birthday parties.
That is, first off, don't tell people that crap.
Okay.
Your birthday is in December.
My mom would say that. But I love birthdays. And I shout out birthday people on birthdays.
Yeah, that's cool.
And on my vlogs. But you can find it. You really want to say my handle?
Absolutely.
At HBG_35.
Say it a little bit louder.
At HBG_35.
HBG_35.
Yes,
So if you want to check out Harrison's stuff, and then for future
It's like
employers,
the same as Jonathan's discount code.
But-
math degree.
it's not my fault.
Yeah.
Neither of us are math people.
And hey, yeah, just if you want to see how I'm gonna be doing in Columbus, Ohio, follow me.
Yeah. And for future employers, this kid's great.
Please.
He's awesome. Obviously, he's passionate about what he does, and he's willing to travel.
Ooh.
He's done some pretty cool things. He makes relationships everywhere he goes. So I'm proud of this kid. I love him so much. I'm glad you guys got to enjoy this, and we will see you next time.
See ya.
Thank you.
Bye.
Are we good?
That's it, brother.
No, it's still rolling actually. But whatever. And we stop.